Hi, thank you for joining me for today's process video. And today I'm going to be documenting some photos from New Year's Eve this year. Again, it's from our New York trip. I apologise if you're getting bored of these photos already. There are going to be a lot of them, I'm afraid. I'm trying to scatter them in amongst other photos so it doesn't get too boring. So I wanted to play with my Creative FX gold glaze from Vicki Boutin for this layout. The photos, as I say, are of New Year's Eve, just before the ball dropped at midnight. We weren't in Times Square, but our hotel was very close to Times Square. So I wanted to copy the feeling of confetti because we did get the ticker tape coming down on us at midnight, which was amazing. So I thought this old Vicki Boutin stencil would work really nicely with the gold glaze to create that feeling. I'm using the brush that comes with these. Well, you buy it separately, but it's a stencil brush, and it is a really good brush to use for pushing mediums through stencils, so I'd highly recommend it if you haven't got one already. We've still got them in store at Hey Little Magpie if you're looking and you're in the UK. So I'm matting this photo of Amelia and myself onto some white cardstock. The other photo I did put into my notes app on my phone and print it out, so it printed out with a white border. I'm not mad keen on these photos, if I'm totally honest. I'd already washed my face. We'd spent most of the evening up in the hotel room, so I'm barefaced, makeup free, and pretty tired by this point. But I really wanted to document this memory. So the second photo of the four of us was a selfie that I took, which was really awful. So I'm just going to use the first photo to overlap on me because I don't need to be in there twice. And then I've got the whole family on it. So this is Vicki Boutin's Where To Next collection, and I've just pulled out some strips. These two, the colourful one and the star one, are both branding strips, and then that orange and pink stripe is just a scrap of paper that I had left over. I've actually, you can see in my little leaf dish there in the top left-hand corner, I've run this paper through some an Elle Studio star die and created all those stars just from one cut of those star dies. They're absolutely fantastic. I'd definitely have a look at them if you haven't already. So here I am just overlapping those two photos. So the one of the four of us is actually smaller, as I say, because I printed it through the Notes app, and the one of me, Amelia and myself, is slightly bigger because I just printed that as a 6x4 and then matted it onto the white cardstock that you've just seen. So overlapping myself, getting that sorted. This is also a branding strip from a 6x8 paper pad, and I just wanted to bring that blue in as well. So I've just ripped that in half where the hole is for the hanging tab for those branding strips, and then putting a little bit down underneath that photo, and then I'll tuck another piece on top of the same photo here. So it doesn't look like one continual strip, but it's just bringing that blue in to the page. And then I can start embellishing. And you can see on the left-hand side here, I have pulled some bits and pieces out that I want to use on this layout. So this is a card that says details, and it's from the ephemera pack. And I'm just struggling with how to put that. I didn't really want the word details to be on the side. Definitely didn't want the lines to be on the side. But I just felt it worked much better this way round rather than facing upwards. So I'll have to have a think about what to do with that. This is from the Papery pack, and it says so many reasons to smile, and it was so true. The story behind this photo, we were planning to go to Central Park for New Year. We'd heard that it was very family friendly. The kids are only 16, so obviously can't drink in America yet and aren't really allowed into a lot of the bars. But we'd been out for the day to Brooklyn, and coming back home, it was really quite stressful getting back to the hotel. We were staying at the Hard Rock Hotel, which is right near Times Square. Everything's cordoned off. New York police were everywhere. There were demonstrations going on, so security was heightened, and we almost couldn't get back to our hotel. So we went straight to the bar to grab a bottle of wine to take up to our room, and we were chatting to a lovely couple from Yorkshire, and the woman was saying, do not go out again. She said she'd been with friends last year, and it was just horrendous. She said she doesn't particularly struggle with claustrophobia, but it was really quite stressful trying to get back to the hotel. So we had a chat with the kids and decided that we would just stay in the hotel room and then come down onto the street before midnight so that we could hear everybody in Times Square and just experience the atmosphere. Luckily, there's a little convenience store next to the hotel, so Ross went and got some drinks and snacks, and then James went to Chipotle, which was a couple of doors down, and got himself some tea. And then we sat in the room until this moment. So like I say, my face was washed, we'd had a couple of drinks, and I was feeling nice and relaxed and very tired. We were getting the flight back home the next day. So I don't love the photos of me, but I love the memory, so I really wanted to document it. So these are some chipboard pieces that I pulled out, the arrows, the black star and that pink heart, and it's all just going a bit crazy at the moment. So, and then I remembered I had these Elle Studio stars that I die cut, and I definitely wanted to use those on the page. I die cut them in the gold to match that gold Creative FX glaze. So here I am just having a play with the different shapes and sizes of stars. Before I switch those around, and I have that bigger cluster on the top right hand corner, and then bring those other ones down to the bottom, and then I will scatter some more of them about the page. And I've still got loads left for another layout, so definitely check out dies as a way of using your scraps and creating more pieces to put on your page, especially stars. They're impossible to anchor, aren't they? So here I am with that pink chipboard heart, and that's covered that word details, and that journaling card has now just become another layer really behind all the photos. I thought about putting that arrow there, but I do change it back for the heart shortly, because I've got that one heart inside that Instax frame at the top. I've used a couple of the paper clips that come from the collection as well there on top of the photo of me and Mealy, and now I'm just sticking down all these stars where I've placed them. And it's really starting to come together now. I've also earmarked a title on the puffy stickers, which you'll see me adding shortly, and it's This Moment, and I just thought that would work really nicely. So I don't want to go too much further with embellishing before I add the title, so that I've definitely got space for it and a bit of journaling before I carry on. So just getting these bits that I know I definitely want them to go there, putting them in place. And it's when I'm fiddling with this arrow I remember the title, so I tuck that heart in, decide that's definitely going to go there. So glue the other heart down as well. And I love those big elements on the page. They really make things pop. So here I am with my T-square ruler and the puffy stickers to stick down that title. And there is, the phrase actually is all block lettering, but then I saw this handwritten this word, and I thought that would work much better for me and my style. So just sticking that down and just using my T-square to check that everything's straight there. And then I'll lay down the word moment, which is all individual letters, so I won't bore you with watching all of that. And the beauty of the being individual letters, I can squash them up a little bit because they were a little bit too spaced too far apart on the sheet for me. And then I spot, while I'm doing that, I spot these numbers, and Vicky's put numbers 1 to 5 on the sheet, and I think that would work really nicely as a countdown down the left-hand side. So I'm just going to pop those down the left-hand side of that photo of me and Mealy. I will fiddle with them because I didn't space them out quite far enough, and I wanted the one to be a bit lower. So, and while I'm doing that, I see all the little confetti pieces on the sheet, all the different coloured dots that Vicky always puts on there. So I decide to disperse those in amongst the numbers after I've done my journaling. So my journaling just reads, in the end, we were advised not to leave the hotel again that evening. We enjoyed time in the room until 11:45, then went onto the street for the New Year countdown. It was really noisy, actually. There were plenty of people on the street, you can probably see there. There were also lots of helicopters overhead. I think there were probably news helicopters filming what was going on in Times Square, so the noise was really pretty intense. But the experience was just amazing. I think the kids were very happy. Amelia was just in awe of it all. James was desperate to go to Times Square, but there was no way. So there are those confetti dots that I put down, and now I'm just going to add a few more of these die-cut stars, just a couple there, and then I'm going to bring in a little banner that says "So Exciting," and then this chipboard arrow. I just really like this one because of the swirliness of it. It just feels like confetti again, so I wanted to add that into the mix there. And then my roller date stamp to add the date. Just at the very bottom underneath the journaling, and that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's inspired you to get your photos out and scrap them, and I shall see you again soon. Bye.